Hello guys, myself Professor Vikash Katariya, and you are watching my first lecture of subject operating system. So we are going to discuss some important questions which is very important in GTU exams. First question is, what is operating system? As you can see here, we are describing the operating system. An operating system is a software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provides common services for computer program, right? So it is very clear that operating system is a software which comes into the category of system software that manages so many hardware and so many applications. So it is manages computer hardware and resources and also provides some common services, right? So operating system is a one kind of system software that manage computer hardware and software resources, as well as it provide some common services for computer programs, right? It is very essential components of the system software in computer system. That means, why we are saying essential? Because all the application programs usually require an operating system to make any function. So if any application wants to execute, it required the system software. If operating system are not there, then there are no existence of any application programs, right? Operating system also creates interface between user and hardware, right? Sorry for interrupt. Operating system makes interface between user and applications. Let me show you. Users and applications, it makes the interface. So we can define in that way, the operating system is a system software that makes interface between user and applications. It is also create interface between user and hardwares. User and application, in between there are interface, and user and hardwares, in between there are interface, right? We can also define the operating system in several ways, like it's a resource allocators, because it allocate the resources to the process, that is why it is resource allocator. It's memory manager. Without operating system we cannot manage the memory, so it done the memory management, that is why it is memory manager, right? So the answer is very clear. An operating system is a software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provide common services for computer programs. The operating system is an essential component of the system software in a computer system. Application program usually require an operating system to function, right? Second question, explain the essential properties of the following types of operating system: multi-programming and time sharing system. So we need to explain two types of operating system over here. First is multi-programmed and second one is time sharing. Actually time sharing is an extension of multi-program system, and also there are so many types of operating systems, but here we are only describing two types of operating system. So let's start with the first, multi-programmed system. The first point, several jobs are placed in the main memory. It is very clear that if we are doing multi-programming, if we want to make multi-programmed system, we need to put several jobs in the main memory, right? And the processor is switched from job to job as needed to keep several jobs advancing while keeping in the peripheral device in use. Maybe one job uses different peripheral device, other job may use different peripheral device. So if user running several jobs in the main memory, then it quite possible that every jobs require different peripheral devices, and every jobs need a processor to be execute. So execution, for the execution of every process or a job, we need a processor. So it is very clear, if we are running several jobs in the main memory, we need to somehow manage the processor in between so many jobs, right? So somehow we need to manage processor and need to switch processor from one process to other process, or one job to other jobs, right? Let's have a look how multi-programming will take place. Suppose I am taking example here, job 1, job 2, job 3 and job 4. Job 1 have the burst time, suppose 10 millisecond. Job 2 have the burst time of 20 millisecond. Job 3 has the burst time of suppose 6 millisecond, and job 4 has the burst time of 2 millisecond, and we have only single processor. Okay, so somehow we need to manage all jobs with a single processor, right? So somehow we need to manage all jobs with single processor. So ultimately we need to switch processor from one job to another. So switching of processor is very frequently, it will take a very fraction of millisecond or microsecond. So user think that there is only own job is running, right? So processor is very fast device, it will take a very fraction of second, fraction of millisecond to perform the millions of execution. Millions of instruction can be solved within the second, within the microsecond. So switching of processor is very rapidly and very frequently. The user think that there is only one job is running, but actually it is not. All jobs are running simultaneously by switching processor from one job to other job, right? This is called multi-programmed system. So several jobs are placed in the main memory, and the processor is switched from job to job as needed to keep several jobs advancing while keeping the peripheral device in use. Second point, multi-programming increases the CPU utilization. Of course, suppose we have the 4 jobs and we have the single processor, so the single processor will manage all the job continuously, so we are taking much more time with single processor. So somehow we are utilizing the processor. Processor are not ideal at any cost, right? Continuously we are performing the job, we are giving the job for execution, so that is called the utilization of processor, right? Multiprogramming is the first instance where the operating system must make decision for users. So multiprogramming, that means so many program or more than one program running at the same time in the primary memory. So every program, every job has one instance, and every instance makes decision for the users. That is why we are writing here multiprogramming is the first instance where the operating system must make decision for the user. So operating system will take care about all the programs performing by the users, right? Now therefore they are fairly sophisticated, very complex. So multi-programming system, that means user performing more than one job, more than one program at the same time. Maybe it is multi-user environment, so there are so many users are performing their own task in a different manner. So there, this kind of system very sophisticated, very complex. So multi-programming operating system are not very simple. It is not quite simple, but it is really very sophisticated system. Second one is time sharing system. First point, time sharing or multitasking is a logical extension of multiprogramming. As I told you, just time sharing and multitasking is both hand to hand. So anytime if you performing multiprogramming, you indirectly performing time sharing and multitasking. Second point, it allows many users to share the computer simultaneously. Right? We are sharing the computer resources simultaneously. So multi-programming or time sharing both are allows user to share the computer resources simultaneously. Third point, the CPU execute multiple jobs by switching among them, but the switches occur so frequently that the users can interact with each program while it is running. So as I told you that the CPU frequently switched from one job to other job, it will take a very fraction of millisecond. So user think that CPU is dedicatedly allocated to a single job, but it is not actually possible. CPU at the same time, CPU executes so many processes, so many jobs, but it will take so fraction of second, fraction of millisecond. So people think that the CPU is performing only their own task, but it can also performing so many tasks at the same time, right? Fourth point, they were developed to provide interactive use of computer system at the reasonable cost, right? So it is very good that if we performing the multiple tasks at the same time, we have done so many tasks at the same time, right? We can do so many tasks in the same time. So somehow we are, it is calculated in a very reasonable cost. Okay, that is why these terms are clear. So they were developed to provide interactive use of computer system and at a very reasonable cost, right? Question number 3 we will discuss on the next video. Thank you.